Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Alicia and I'm the owner of Alicia Be Creative. Today's video is brought to you by HTVRont. I have partnered with them once again to do an unboxing of their brand new mug press, heat press for your tumblers. This is the A200H press, auto press. And what is even more amazing than the original press that I did film a tutorial for way back when is this one can now do 40-ounce tumblers. So those 40-ounce tumblers that everybody loves and everybody wants to be carrying around for that extra sip of coffee or for keeping ourselves hydrated with our water, we can now press those with this auto heat press. So of course, I'm going to show you all the ins and outs. I will do a complete unboxing of this. I'll give you all the specs. I'll tell you what I think of it, of course, at the end of the video. And of course, I will show you the pressing process using 40-ounce sublimation blanks. So I hope you're ready. I'm pretty excited. Be sure to stay tuned though for the end of this video because HTVRont is also going to be giving away one of these presses. And so if you want to know how you can enter to win, you're going to want to stay tuned to the end of the video to see how you can enter a giveaway to win one of these auto tumbler presses. So let's go ahead and jump right into today's video. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start with, of course, the unboxing here. So I am gonna go ahead and unbox you the one that I'm actually going to be giving away. So this one comes with the 40-ounce insert already installed. So this is what you're gonna receive. You're gonna receive that silicone covering, you're gonna receive your heat-resistant tape, some of the documentation, your heat-resistant gloves, and of course the actual machine. So right out of the box, this is very easy to work with. You simply will take it out, pull off all of the items that was used in the shipping process to ensure that it wasn't damaged upon shipping, plug it in, and it's literally ready to go. It really is that simple and easy to be able to start working with automatically. I also love this button area here. It actually has like some glitter in it too. Oh, it's so cute. But setting this up is super simple. I'm going to show you really quickly what it looks like to uninstall the standard insert and replace it with the 40-ounce insert. And so what's a little bit different than some of the other presses you're familiar with is some of those other tumbler presses have kind of a fabric style or a mesh style heat plate. Now with the HTVRont tumbler press, you are going to get a solid press, meaning it's made of metal. There is no sort of heat plate that's malleable or flexible, which is perfect because you're getting much more even presses with your prints. And this is exactly why they send those silicone rubber coverings so that you can ensure that, of course, you don't burn your prints when it's touching those direct heat plates, and that's going to keep everything together really nicely. Okay, so initial thoughts. Well, first things first, it's literally ready to use right out of the package. And so I wanted to show you guys really quickly what everything comes with. Okay, so obviously you get the actual machine with the standard. It comes with the standard insert, and you also get the 2 mats for your smaller cups. So this would be like for maybe a 16-ounce or just something like a mug style. This would be something for your 20, and that's just to wrap it around it to honestly keep that secure while you're pressing and get an even press. It comes, of course, with your instructions. You get heat-resistant tape, and you get your gloves, okay? So before turning it on, you guys did just see me replace the insert here with the 40-ounce insert, okay? And so I wanted to just show you guys this at a different angle so that you could see. So after unboxing the 40-ounce handle or insert heat plate, you get the silicone wrap for your 40-ounce, and it also comes with a 40-ounce already in there, which is pretty cool. And then this insert is actually really easy. All you do is you pull this orange handle and this whole thing slides out. It's got 2 like rails here that connect to the rails on the inside. And so you just would make sure the rails are on each side, push the new insert in, and wait until it clicks. So it's literally so simple to switch in and out both of them, which I think is so cool. Okay. So far I'm loving this, but the true test, of course, is going to be how well does this press a 40-ounce, both the top and the bottom simultaneously. So if you'll notice, the way that this wraps around the cup, you obviously are going to keep the, you know, weld sections out, but you would press the cup like this inside the machine. And the way that this insert is built, it is built to form the shape of the 40 ounce, which is perfect. So you don't have to worry about getting ghosting for it not pressing firmly down at the bottom because it's mostly pressed up top. So we're gonna go ahead and put this to the test. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the features here. So it comes with 8 buttons here, and I know this seems really daunting, but honestly, everything is super simple. So I'm gonna go ahead and plug this in, and we'll go ahead and get this on. So as soon as you plug it in, you are going to get that digital screen to pop up, push that power button, and that is going to turn the machine on. So then we also have the temperature gauge, and you'll use those positive and negative buttons there on the right hand side to change your temperature. There is the time setting, of course, and then finally it has a pressure setting. So that's what I'm adjusting here, which is that pressure setting, which is basically how much this is going to compress pound wise for keeping your tumblers pressed. So we're going to be working with a 40 ounce. So I am going to go ahead and set this to 390 degrees for 4 minutes. And we're going to use the pressure setting at about 50 pounds here to just see how that works. Now, this is just my initial settings. You know, adjust accordingly for whatever tumblers you're going to be using. I'm going to be starting with the tumblers that I purchased from Amazon and the one that was sent to me in the box with the 40 ounce insert. All right, so now we're of course going to go into the process of getting our item set up to use the press. So I have some prints here, sublimation prints that I got from a friend who printed them for me for my 40 ounce tumblers here. So we're gonna do this super cute pink Grinchy one because I mean, it's the holiday season, so of course we need a little Grinch stuff too. So we're gonna go ahead and just trim these prints up to begin with. Of course, just cutting away any excess. Now I had these printed so that I have they're the exact measurements of the top of the cup and the exact measurements of the bottom of the cup. Now the bottom section is more of a straight-sided section. It doesn't have kind of that warped look to this particular print that I grabbed. But if you do have that ability to make it a little bit more conformed to the bottom with that warping feature, you can certainly do that. A couple of the other prints that I'm going to show me pressing towards the end of the video will have more of that warped look, which gives you a little bit more of a seamless look. But for this, you know, it's my first 40 ounce cup I've been able to press in an actual machine. So I'm going to try this one first and see how it turns out. So of course we're going to use our sublimation print that has already been printed. We've trimmed it. Now we're going to go ahead and add our heat resistant tape here. So we're going to secure the print so that it's nice and tight around the actual tumbler, because any gaps that you have within the tumbler to the print is going to potentially end up with a little bit of ghosting. So you want to make sure that everything is super secure. You're taping everything down really tightly. I always like to go around the top and bottom sections of where the print is, you know, positioned on the tumbler, not just taping across the seams. That way I can ensure that I don't end up with any ghosting along those edge lines as well. We'll do the top section the same way. The only difference here is we have to cut from a little section from where those welded sections are, where we will need to obviously leave a little room so that we can get that print nice and flat along where the handle will be covering that. So we're going to go ahead and just do that same thing with both sections. I then will take some tape to secure this to the center of the cup where the seams meet. And the way that I've just lined this up, of course, is to make sure that the front of the print is kind of at the very front of the tumbler, with the handle being at the very back. And I've done the same with the bottom of the cup as well. So just kind of lined that up along where the handles are going to be, to just ensure that the prints are all lined up and kind of make sense. Then we'll go ahead and use our additional heat resistant tape just to secure everything. You're going to see me, of course, cover up those seams as well with that heat resistant tape. That is going to make sure that I don't get any ghosting at the top. Everything is super secure, nice and tight. I know it seems like I'm using a lot of tape, but I promise you, sometimes you got to use a little bit of extra tape just to ensure that we get a nice even press and that we don't have any issues with our print shifting or any ghosting of the print when we go to press this. So after we've kind of pressed or applied our tape and such, the next thing that we're going to do, of course, is to get into the pressing. So we're going to add this to the sleeve here. Again, we're going to leave a little bit of a gap where that sleeve connects where our handle will go. But I promise you that this isn't going to affect the press on that section. So we're going to go ahead and just add this to the cup. We've let our press heat up. It is now ready. We'll go ahead and insert that into the press, and we'll go ahead and push that green button, and we'll make sure that we are ready to press. So we'll go ahead and count down the timer here. Again, we did 240 seconds, which is 4 minutes. And what's nice about this is before you would need to turn the tumbler every so often, right? You'd need to turn the tumbler in order to get a complete even press on some of my other tumbler presses. So it's nice that I don't have to do that. I literally can make sure that I just have the right time setting set, which is perfect, because sometimes I would forget to turn the tumbler in my other press, and that would leave an uneven press, and I'd have a little bit of ghosting or the print not even pressing on the other side of the tumbler because of the gap. So it's super nice that this tumbler press does cover the cup almost completely with a very small gap at the top, but it doesn't even affect the area where it's not completely covered. It has this metal grate that comes over the top and kind of covers it to contain as much of that heat as possible, which of course is what we need to ensure that we're getting a nice even press. So here is the look. I mean, look how beautifully this came out. I'm in awe because I'm someone who, again, does not do a whole lot of sublimation. I have a sublimation printer. I have done sublimation, but it's not my main craft. And I just love how vibrant this print is. The only issue that I saw is I got a little ghosting right by the handle, and I think that was just not applying enough tape and making sure that that part of the print was pressed down and taped down. But what's great about this is it's right by the handle. So the handle, when I apply it, is actually going to completely cover that. So you're not even going to know there's a little bit of ghosting there. So now we're going to go ahead and apply a couple other prints here. I'm just speeding this section up because it is super redundant, of course. So we're just adding these two different tumbler prints to our 40 ounces here. These 40 ounces that I am showing here, I did purchase off of Amazon. I will go ahead and link those in case anyone wants to grab those. You can get sublimation blanks in 40 ounce from a lot of different vendors and such, but I did grab these ones particularly off of Amazon. So we're going to just get these pressed. So I did both, of course, at that 390 degrees for 4 minutes. I didn't have to do any turning of these, which was so nice. I could just get and go do other things, which was so cool. It beeps as soon as the press is finished, and I'm ready to just pull that out, let them cool for a couple minutes, of course, and then be able to take off all the tape and take off the print and see how nicely this came out. I have to say that easiest project I've ever done. Easiest project I have ever done in or on my channel. I will tell you that I was able to get these tumblers done in a total of 12 minutes. That was it. It took no time. What took longer, ironically, was taping them. Getting all of the prints applied and taping the tumbler was what took longer than it took for these to be pressed and beautiful looking in the end. So definitely had a lot of fun working with this machine and seeing how beautiful these prints pressed. This is perfect for those last minute gifts that you need to give to people, or just having some additional things on hand for any guests that may be coming this holiday season. Okay, so final thoughts on the HTVRont Auto Tumbler Heat Press Machine. So this machine is honestly pretty cool. I love that this is able to do 40 ounce tumblers. That was such a huge bugaboo for me when I first started sublimation. And again, I am not a pro sublimation crafter by any means, but I did tip my toe into sublimation a while back, and I have made several things with sublimation, tumblers being sort of the biggest thing that I wanted to be able to make with sublimation. So being able to do straight-sided cups, of course, was so easy, but then when you got into those larger size tumblers, it was near impossible in order to get a really good press on a 40 ounce without having ghosting or without having your print, blur or smudge, or just all of the things that goes into that. And most times you were only able to press tumblers or get 40 ounce sublimation prints pressed if you had some sort of oven, which is not something that I have. Although I have many machines in this craft room, that is not one that I have, and not one that I really wanted to invest in. So having something like this that allows me to do my straight-sided tumblers, but also allows me to get beautiful presses on 40-ounce tumblers is a complete game changer for me personally. Now again, I'm not someone who does sublimation super often, but for me, how I'll be utilizing this machine is definitely to make some last-minute Christmas gifts for family and friends. This is super cute to do for teachers, right? Making a cute little 40-ounce teacher-themed cup for the holidays, adding some goodies in this cup, and you have the quick, simple, and easy gift for teachers, maybe for coworkers, a couple extra gifts in case you have other people visiting you for the holidays that you didn't account for. So for me, I definitely will be utilizing this quite a bit this holiday season personally, and I can definitely see me utilizing it as I move forward to create some beautiful sublimation 40-ounce tumblers. So all in all, I do think this is a press that is really amazing. I did enjoy using this. It was so easy, simple, right out of the box, and I am someone who loves a machine that you literally can take right out of the box and just begin to use without there needing to be a huge learning curve with learning a new machine or learning a software, which sometimes can be the hindrance to starting something new. But literally right out of the box, I'm able to just get started as long as I have my sublimation prints, my sublimation tumblers, and my heat resistant tape. I'm literally ready to go. So I will list the code for this machine in the description box down below. I also have a coupon code for you that will save you $70. HTVRont is currently running their Black Friday deals as of now, so you are going to get even more savings on this machine if this is something that you're looking to purchase. If maybe you're not looking to purchase, but you're adding it to your Christmas wish list, definitely send those links over to those who are buying on behalf of you if this is something that you think you would be able to and want to add to your craft space. Okay, so now let's talk about how to enter the giveaway. So as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, I will be giving away one of these machines that already has the 40-ounce insert within it, okay? So in order to enter to win this press, early in their video, I did share a secret code word. So what you're gonna do is you're going to comment that secret code word down in the comment section, and that is going to get you an entry to win this machine. Now, this is the beginning of my 8 Days of Christmas series here on YouTube, and in order for you to get additional entries, if you want to increase your odds and a chance to win this Tumbler heat press machine, you are going to want to make sure that you come back to each video over the next 7 days and post a comment on those videos. Make sure you're already liking the video, subscribing to my channel, of course, if you have not done so already. But anytime you comment on any of the next 7 videos that are going to be premiering on my channel, you will earn an additional entry to win the Tumbler machine from HTVRont. So I cannot wait to see who wins this. I will be announcing the winner next week after the completion of my 8 Days of Christmas series tutorials. So be sure to come back and check out the winner. Go ahead and make sure that you stay tuned to all the videos on my channel, and be sure to go check out the link for this machine. You can check out some additional specs and some other things you might be interested in. Maybe you don't win this Tumbler heat press, but you can certainly get a great deal with the HTVRont deals that are currently running and the coupon code that I have for you down in the description box. So thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you have other things you'd like to see me do with 40-ounce tumblers using the new HTVRont Auto Tumbler Press machine, definitely be sure to let me know in the comment section down below. See you guys in the next one. Bye!